Welcome to a demonstration of using SageMaker Canvas, AWS's no-code machine learning platform to do facies classification. This is the opening screen, and it's fairly simple. We have models and we have data. First, we're going to import the data. So I just click on the import button. I have my training data here, and I also have my test data here. These are data sets from a publicly available facies classification data set. So I do that, and then I click the import button. And once I have my data, I can then preview it. So I can just click on it and say preview. Shows me the data that I have: formation information, well name, depth, gamma ray, and all of that. So I have my data in now, my training data. I'm now going to create the model. So I click on models. I click on new model. I call it facies classification. Hit create. It asks me to select the data set. I just say training data, and then I select it. And once I have that, I can look at all the columns that are there. I can look at them on a grid view, which shows me charts and graphs. I can filter the data. I can remove some rows if I choose to. I can replace some values if I choose to. In this case, I'm going to use all of this data except for the well name, which may not be relevant. So I'm going to discard that. Drop column well name. And then I'm going to choose my target column. In this case, I want to predict facies. After this, I can do a preview build. A preview build basically is a quick run. It's a one pass with a limited data set from what you have. So the preview build is done. We have 81.144% accuracy, and then it also shows you the column impact. In this case, it's telling me that the non-marine marine indicator NMM is most relevant, followed by depth, followed by the photoelectric effect. I can also do a quick build by clicking on the quick build button. This takes another couple of minutes. The difference between the quick build and the preview build is that the quick build has more passes, is more accurate. So the quick build is done, and now we have the column impact on the left quantified, and you also have a visual representation of the impact on the right. You can click also on scoring and see the predicted versus actual, along with advanced metrics that you're probably used to: the F1 score, the average accuracy, the precision, the recall. And for each class of prediction, you can see the precision, the recall, and the accuracy. And the confusion matrix is here on the left. Okay, so now we have our model. Let's do some predictions. We click on this predict tab. You can do either a single prediction. You can punch in the values and then the prediction is immediate. Or you can do batch prediction. If you remember, we had our test data set. So let me pick that. I select the test data set. I say generate predictions, and now it's going to predict facies for each of the entries in our test data set. So it's ready. I click on view, and here you have it, the predicted facies for each row, along with the probability of it being right. Finally, you can do a standard build. The standard build takes about 2 more hours, sometimes more. And the advantage with it is that it generates code that you can share with your development team. So the standard model is done, and now you have a new button here which says share with SageMaker Studio. You can click on it and send your developer a note, please take a look. And then it essentially creates a SageMaker Studio link that they can then open. So I've clicked on the link as a developer, and it opens this in a SageMaker Studio. I can click on the Open Data Notebook to look at the data insights, much like you would do. Or you could click on the AutoML job here, click on the Candidate Generation Notebook, and basically this goes through, it says for this multi-class classification problem, it goes through how SageMaker handled it by going through all the different candidates and its selection process. Finally, if you just want an overview of the best model, you can click on it. It tells you here that it used the XGBoost algorithm, gives you the feature importance and also the performance metrics, and you can click the deploy button to deploy the model. So there you have it, Facies classification using SageMaker.